Greetings and welcome, community, to our online service from St. Mark's Community of Faith United Church in Whitby. Thank you so much for joining us. We're walking into spring with God, and I've heard the psalmist, the prayerful poetry of the psalm, speak to us about living out past shadow and fog and experiencing new seed life that is growing out from hibernation and deep dark. I hope you enjoy our time together. Namaste.
At this time, we honor the land where we gather and acknowledge that this region of Durham is part of the judiciary and treaty territory of the Mississauga of the Scugog Island First Nation and the Mississauga Peoples and treaty territory of the Chippewa Island First Nation. We recognize and acknowledge the rich heritage of our Indigenous sisters and brothers in their love of and stewardship to the land and all life upon it.
I invite you into this time of centering ourselves, to being present to the deep quiet within, to releasing the mind's activity and just being present. We listen, we wait to hear the still voice calling to us, inviting us past shadow and veil and fog into new seed life that journeys with us during this time of spring. We give thanks to the one who brings creation and love and life and all that is us and everything into our global reality. We embrace with you, Great Spirit, creating God, this journey together to whatever unfolds. Amen.
In the night, I can take my rest. You alone keep my life secure. Answer me when I call, O God, defender of my cause, for you set me free when I was in distress. Be gracious to me now and hear my prayer. In the night, I can take my rest. You alone keep my life secure. How long, you people, will you defame my honor? How long will you love what is worthless and seek lies? Know this, that God has chosen the faithful. God hears me when I call. Stand in awe and cease from sin. Commune with your own heart upon your bed and be still. Offer the sacrifices that are appointed and put your trust in God. In the night, I can take my rest. You alone keep my life secure. There are many who say, oh, that we might see prosperity. Lift up the light of your face on us, O God. But you have put gladness in my heart, more than those who grain and wine are plenty. Safe and sound I lie down and sleep. For you alone, God, make me dwell in safety. In the night I can take my rest. You alone keep my life secure.
Are we always calling out to God, even in our distractions and when we feel distanced? Is this an ongoing, open communication that exists even in our unawareness? And perhaps it is not so much a calling out as a remembering, a place that is always speaking to us of who we began as when we first arrived and how we are continuing to live into our inherent, deeply preserved and waiting divine self. The psalmist seems to know of this spiritual cosmic connection, that there is no real measurable separation between us and creating Spirit God. Still, as corporeal beings living in a world that demands so much from us, feeling lost and alone, without support in an often hectic reality, it can be consuming and overwhelming. How do we shake free from the binds of a world full to the brim of need and greed? We are not separate from our world, nor are we separate from God. Our world is full of color and growing things, hope and kindness. It is also destructive and dishonest. It creates its own separation because it still lacks authenticity and struggles to embrace all as sacred. But God does, completely authentic and symbiotic with everything. Everything. Nothing is left out of the limitless sphere of God. As new life coils and bursts through thawing spring soil, so do we come out of our own dark earth and limitations and revel in God's forever sun. This brilliance need only flash its invitation briefly, and still we are exposed. Spring exposes hidden life. Night softens the journey and readies us to awaken. In our awakening, we sing our prayers in the quietude of mind and heart, and the whole world hears. It is not necessary to be anything but present to your remarkability, to know, even thinly, that you, along with everything, are part of an infinite, always creating mystery that is always, always inviting you into God's limitless sphere.
Springtime Overture. God, all seasons, with artistic splendor, you have given us an overture to the resurrection of your Son, in the resurrection of spring from the cold tomb of winter. With joy I greet the coming of flowers and the return of birds, as I eagerly await and receive the ongoing feast of the resurrection of Christ. Remove from my heart on this holy day any division or discrimination that keeps me frozen in separation from others, and make me one with all creation that sings the song of springtime. Adapted from Prayers for a Planetary Pilgrim, Edward Hayes.
Wherever you are, whoever you are a blessing. And God's indefinable, irrepressible love and acceptance is always waiting to embrace you. We're so glad that you could be a part of this journey, and hope that something in it resonates with you. Next week, we will be celebrating Earth Day, and we have a myriad of things to offer in our worship time. I hope you will join us and walk along with us through that. Please remember to stay tuned to the end of our video, where you can find information of how to connect to St. Mark's, how to subscribe, how to leave comments, and visit our website, and all those other things that will help you see a window into our community. Take gentle care. Bye-bye. Deepest blessings.